Today is another craft day, and we will be doing this watercolor roses for today. Oops, you don't need to have any brush skill for this because we will be using a very common plant which is easily found in Asia and other countries and a very easy kitchen tool. So we only need a regular brush pen, some watercolor. I'm using this Tokyo Fines watercolor tube in yellow and red because I will mix them later to make an orange rose. And also we need this brush green pen for our leaves, but you don't really need this brush pen. You can use a green watercolor using the watercolor brush. And also you can use gel pen for the leaves. So there's really no need to have this brush pen if you don't have. And our secret tool for this project is the tip of this bok choy plant. I hope you're all familiar with bok choy. It's easily found in supermarkets, so there's no waste. Usually we don't eat this part, so after cutting, you just throw it away. So for this one, we will be using this to make our roses. See, it looks like a rose. And we will just fill this with color and later we'll stamp this on our paper. So let's get started. Oh yeah, and before that, here's the one I already painted with a red watercolor. You see how it looks like a rose? So that's why it's perfect for our watercolor rose project. So now let's get moving on because we have no time. So you only need this paper, bond paper or any clean sheet of paper. And let me open this tube first. Using this watercolor, I will be brushing this end of the bok choy. So first I'm using yellow, but since I already use a red watercolor, so it will mix with the yellow watercolor. So it will become a bit orangey. Oh, and if you're not comfortable listening to my voiceover because my voice quite husky, so you can just watch the video and maybe turn the volume off. So make sure you're brushing the color thoroughly so that the form of this bok choy tip will be stamped exactly on the paper and it will make a form. So now that we're done, we will just have to, I'm putting a bit red in the middle to highlight the rose, but you don't need to do that. So now we will stamp this bok choy, the end of this bok choy to our paper. So let's start here at the tip. So you have to press it hard so that all parts of the form of the tip would be printed on the paper, and lift it slowly just like that. So it might be a little some parts might not be very clear, but don't worry. And if you want it not if you look at this color, you see that it's not really formed, so you can just brush through it. We're using your watercolor, just follow through the lines. But there's no need to do that. In my case, I prefer after the stamping, just leave it as it is because it will give that faded effect to the roses. But if you want a very detailed rose, so you can actually do this, just brush through the lines. So we are done with our first rose. Let's make another one. You can actually put color again if it's there's no more color, but if you want that faded effect, as I said, you just use it without putting any color anymore. So don't forget to push really hard. Okay, this is what I mean by like a faded effect. So don't you worry if it looks faded and the roses are not really formed, because later it will look really nice with, if there's a lot of them. So let's add more. Don't forget to have a variety of colors so it will look really pretty. So here I'm just making, I'm putting stamps all around the paper. So now that we're stamping everything, we will be using this brush pen, green brush pen, for our leaves. So it's a very simple leaf, just like the leaf you learned in grade school. You just have to, and especially this brush pen, or if you're using any watercolor brush, it creates that really thin, like a wavy effect. So it's easy to make leaves. So you just have to fill it in like this. If you want a lighter shade of green, you can use that, or any green shade will do. Oh, and if you're using gel pen, you can just outline the leaf and then draw some veins in the middle, because it would be hard to fill it in. But of course you can fill it in like this, but if you're making a lot, it you might think it's a waste of ink. So that's why I preferred watercolor brush pen for this. So we'll just add leaves at the tip, at the side of the roses. So here I'll just be making maybe 4. I'll add 1 here. And just like that. So we just have to fill in the rest. You can add any number of leaf on the side of the roses. So it's almost filled in, and remember, these are just the base, so you can actually use any leaf style. And now we are done. So see, it's a really nice effect. If the roses are a bit faded, and you can add or write anything in the middle. I will show you another one that I made using different styles of leaves, and I added some color details and also different colors of the roses, so it will look really good. Thank you for watching.